The world is often a scary place for women. But what do you do when you are not just any woman, but the only woman in an entire country? Welcome to my channel. And today, let's find out how one girl stopped an entire war. This is the story of Queen Boudica, who was also known as Boudica. She was the queen of the Iceni tribe of the British Salts, living in East Anglia. It all started when her husband died. He left the kingdom to his wife and daughter and their possessions to be untouched. But the Roman Empire did not respect that. They attacked and destroyed Verulamium, which today we know as St. Others say that she was taken prisoner and executed. But whatever happened, this marked the end of the Great Revolt. However, her legend lived on. Even today, there are statues of Boudica all around England. For the longest time, Russia was ruled by kings and queens and take, for example, the war between Israel and Palestine. This war has been going on for decades. Thousands upon thousands of people have died. But do you know that a single girl almost ended it? We think that only big leaders and superpowers can change the world. But this is not true. Small people like us can also make a difference. If we are brave enough, if we are persistent, if we work hard and smart, we can change the world. Her name was Malala. She was born in Pakistan, but her father was from Afghanistan. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe so that you never miss out on any of our awesome videos. So she knew firsthand what it was like to live under the shadow of war, and this inspired her to speak up against extremism and violence. When she was just 11 years old, she started writing a diary. She wrote about the difficulties faced by girls in her village. She wrote about how they could not go to school. She wrote about how the Taliban had taken over their lives. Someone read her diary and it was published in the international media. Overnight, Malala became famous all over the world. She gave interviews. She appeared on TV shows. She talked about the importance of education, but her fame soon became a threat to her life. The Taliban put a price on her head and tried to assassinate her. But she survived and went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize, the youngest ever to receive the award. And you know what? Because of her efforts, millions of people have become more aware about the Israeli occupation of Palestinian territory. It was considered to be one of the biggest empires in the world. She started protesting climate change when she was just 15 years old. At first, she was alone. People thought that one girl could not make a difference. But soon more and more people joined her. Today, millions of people all around the world are protesting climate change, all because of one girl. But in 1917, the people of Russia got fed up with the ruling class. They wanted a government that was of the people, by the people, and for the people. So they revolted. But who led this revolt? Just one man, Vladimir Lenin. He was the leader of a political party called the Bolsheviks. Under his leadership, the Russians overthrew the Tsar and established the first communist state in the world. She has inspired many books, movies, and TV shows. In fact, one of the most famous warships of World War II was named after her. Then they attacked and destroyed Manchester, which is now called Birmingham. Now, these victories made Boudica a legend, the warrior queen who was taking on the entire Roman Empire and winning. Her final target was the Roman city of Camillodunum, the capital of Roman Britain. But this time, the Romans were ready. The governor of Britain, Suetonius Paulinus, had finally arrived with his army. He had 10,000 men and they were battle-hardened. They knew that if they lost, Rome would be humiliated, so they fought with the ferocity of cornered animals. Her ally, King Caratacus of the Cutevalani tribe, had been captured by the Romans. His wife and daughter were also killed. So Boudica now had only one goal in mind: revenge. The story of Boudica is very important for us today because it tells us that even a single person can make a difference. A lot of people think that big events like wars are the result of fate or some bigger force. But sometimes it is not true. Sometimes big events happen because of the actions of a single person. Take, for example, the Polish city of Go. During World War II, this city was being bombed day and night. The citizens were terrified. They had seen what the bombs could do. They wanted it to stop, but who would listen? Not the Germans, that's for sure. But then one woman stepped up. Her name was Zofia Kasak. She was a member of the Polish parliament. She wrote a letter to none other than Adolf Hitler himself. She told him about the plight of the common people. She said that if the bombing continued, they would no longer be able to support the war effort. And guess what? It worked. Hitler ordered that the bombing should stop and the citizens of Danz were saved. She marched on the next Roman city, Londinium, which today we know as London. This city was way bigger than the last one. Here the Romans were better prepared. Their governor had brought in reinforcements. So this time they put up a fight. But still, it wasn't close. Odysseus' warriors attacked from all sides. They broke through the city gates and again began killing everyone, soldiers and civilians alike. For 2 days, the city was a scene of carnage. 2 entire legions of the Roman Empire were wiped out. Again, nobody knows exactly how many people died, but some say as many as 70,000 people were killed in the sack of London. When King died, the Romans invaded and took over the kingdom. They tortured his widow and raped her daughter. Then they even tried to annex her lands. So she led a rebellion, raising a massive army that even the Roman Empire feared. Her first target was the town of Camillodunum, which was also known as Colchis. Today, it stands as one of the oldest recorded towns in Britain. But back then, it was nothing but a small settlement. But this settlement had one big thing going for it: a massive treasure trove of gold and silver coins. The Roman soldiers stationed there were busy feasting and drinking. No one saw the massive army approaching until it was too late. And by the time they sounded the alarm, it was already too late. The warriors of Boudicca, they killed every single Roman soldier. They set fire to the governor's mansion. They looted the treasury and they slaughtered every single civilian. There was no mercy, no quarter was asked for. Nobody knows exactly how many people died in this attack, but historians estimate that at least 70 people lost their lives. But before Boadicea could celebrate her victory, she got some bad news. After this, she led her army south, and this time Boudicca's army was defeated. Some accounts say that she committed suicide rather than face capture. Now, you might be thinking that this is some kind of ancient history special. Well, you would be wrong. Sometimes one person can change the course of history. The same thing happened in the Russian Revolution. In the same way, sometimes one girl can stop an entire war. Another recent example is that of Greta. She is a young girl from Sweden. You see, we often think that our actions don't matter. So what will you do to change the world? Let me know in the comments below.